Why, after proudly owning the Dyson Airwrap for over a year, would I recommend that you skip the Dyson Airwrap purchase altogether and pick up the T3 Switch Trio instead? Watch this video to find out why. Welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Mercedes and I release weekly beauty, home, and lifestyle videos on this channel. I'll include the links to all products discussed in the description box down below. And without any further delay, let's dive into this controversial recommendation and product review video. Hear me out. While I am 100% aware of the fact that these two hair tools are not a one-for-one, they are not the same tool whatsoever. However, they can be used very similarly and achieve the same results when you are using them to curl your hair. On top of that, one of them is significantly cheaper than the other, and the curls last way longer. While this is not a full-fledged review, we'll run through each of the hair tools so you know what comes with them, and I'll provide the pros and the cons from my perspective and round it off with my overall recommendation around who these tools are really designed for. Kicking it off with the Dyson Airwrap. This costs $5.99 and you can get occasional deals through Dyson directly and other retailers. I've seen it discounted as much as 20% off. It's described as a multi-use hair styler tool. It can be used to achieve a combination of styles. It comes along with 7 attachments. Again, let me run through them so you know what they are. So it comes with the actual base itself. I'll go in so that you can see it. It comes with a number of barrels. So you see this barrel right on the top. This is a 1.2-inch barrel if I'm not mistaken. It also comes with a 1.6-inch barrel. You use these 2 barrels to accomplish either tighter curls or looser waves. In addition to that, it comes with these 2 comb attachments. I'll grab them both so that you can see. One is called a soft comb and one is called a firm comb. They allow you to lengthen, dry, and straighten the hair, and they're designed, one is for folks who have fine hair, the soft attachment, and the firm attachment are for folks who have coarse hair textures. The last couple attachments, one is this volumizing brush that allows you to give the hair a lot of body as it dries to produce that more blowout look. The second to last attachment is this cleaning brush. It allows you to keep the filters on the Dyson Airwrap clean. The very last thing that comes with the Dyson is this fancy presentation case. The presentation case comes in the same colorway as the Dyson Airwrap that you select, and it's designed to obviously store and protect the Dyson when you are not using it. Okay, now that we know what comes with the Dyson Airwrap, let's talk through a couple of the pros from my perspective. The Dyson Airwrap is designed to be used with multiple hair types. So that includes straight, wavy, curly, as well as coily hair types. I'll share a little bit more about my experience and perspective around what hair types it really works best with when we get to the cons. It also leads to less heat damage because of the patented Dyson airflow technology. So that's a major pro when it comes to the Airwrap. It also includes really high quality and really top-notch materials and design. If that is important to you, you'll really appreciate everything from the finish of the actual Airwrap all the way through to the storage container. It really is top-notch, and the really cute and unique colorways is something that can just give a little extra pizzazz, a little extra something to your hair tools, which can otherwise be 50 shades of black and white and pretty boring. So those are pros from my perspective. Let's shift gears and talk about the cons of the Airwrap. So it is pretty expensive. In this case, it's twice as expensive as the T3 hair tool, which I'm going to discuss momentarily. So that is a con. If you are looking to really be on a budget around your hair tools, the Dyson Airwrap is absolutely expensive. One of the biggest cons from my perspective is that it can be challenging to get your curls to last if you have certain hair types, like really curly or coily hair types. You often have to use additional hair tools like a really hot blow dryer, hot comb in some cases, and really hot flat irons to get your hair straight enough, really for the curls to take and for the curls to hold without applying excessive amounts of hair product. And me personally, I've done a video on my channel where I've talked about the fact that I don't like to have my hair weighed down or have a lot of hair products in my hair. And so for me, that's a major con of the Dyson Airwrap. I figured out the trick to get them to last a little longer, but they still, in my opinion, for the price tag, do not last long enough for me. So that's a major con. Let's shift gears for a minute and actually talk about the T3 hair tool. Okay, the T3 is $2.99. So again, half of the price of the Dyson Airwrap. And this tool is often available at a discounted rate directly through T3. I've seen it be as high as 20% off. And T3 has regular sales on their hair tools. You can also purchase this from third-party retailers like Ulta. And then one of the places where I feel like people don't necessarily know you can pick up T3 hair tools is through Sephora. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the pros and then we'll swing into the cons as well. Okay, this is a versatile hair tool as well. It comes with these interchangeable barrels. It allows you to get way more creative and customizable actually than the Dyson Airwrap. It actually comes in 4 different configurations. There is a build your own option where you can actually go in and mix and match the interchangeable attachments that you actually get with your T3 tool. Another option is the classic set. So with the classic set, it comes with 3 interchangeable barrels from 1 inch, I think 1.25 and 1.5 inch barrel attachments. Then it's available in the Kit Curl Trio. It allows you to go from really tight, almost ringlet style curls all the way out through to those looser waves. And you get that by the 3 barrels that actually come along with it as a preset. Then the very last configuration is what they call the Switch Kit Trio. So this really allows you to produce those waves. So it comes with, again, 3 set barrels, 1 inch, 1.25 inches, and 1.5 inches. They're just made a little different and they're more modern than the version that I have. So those are the 4 different configurations that you can get the T3 hair tool in. That's a lot, so there's a lot of options depending on your hair type and your specific needs. So that's a major pro from my perspective when it comes to the T3 hair tool. The other things I mentioned already is just that it's cheaper. So I'll just drive that point home. It's cheaper at the $300 and that it's fairly easy to find a sale. You can purchase these reasonably priced attachments down the road after you've picked it up as well. So that's nice, so you don't have to spend all the money up front. One example is this Tousled Waves attachment that I actually have. Here's the box, but I already have the attachment on my T3 tool. So my T3 came with these 3 barrels, which are the 1.25 and the 1.5 barrel attachments, and I love them. But I thought it would be really nice to get a wand because wand curls are just beautiful to begin with, in my opinion, and they hold up in my experience. So I wanted to pick this up. Another thing that's worth noting in terms of pros is this tool can be used legitimately on all hair types. So again, that straight, wavy, curly, and coily hair. As someone who has a combination of curly, coily hair and who also wears extensions that are a little on the straighter to wavy side, so I could say hands down, that is an absolute pro for this product. And the last pro I'll mention is that even though it's not as fancy as the Dyson Airwrap in terms of packaging and design, this sleek white and rose gold design of the T3 is actually quite nice. Again, a lot of the hair tools, as you folks may already know, are just black and plain and boring. And so I will say I have to give it to the T3 that I love the ceramic coating and I love the actual design. Let's cover the cons of the T3 hair tool. The T3 is not designed to be used on damp hair. So if that's one of the things that attracts you to the Dyson Airwrap, know that this is designed to be used on dry hair. So that might be a con con for you. It's not a con for me, but if that's a con for you, it's worth noting. The other thing to note about this is it uses a traditional heating element, which is the ceramic plate. So what that means is, since it doesn't use the Dyson airflow technology, it can be a little easier to have heat damage to the hair. But you can avoid that by using heat protectant spray and choosing the appropriate heating settings. So don't go high right out the gate. Based on your hair texture, just select the highest heating setting that your hair can tolerate. So I've not had any problems with heat damage, but I use a heat protectant spray most of the time. And I also just go up to like the second highest. So that's one thing that you can do to minimize it. The last thing to note that can be a con for you, especially since I showed the fancy presentation case or storage case that the Dyson Airwrap comes with, the T3 does not come with anything nearly as fancy. What it comes with is like this box, which you see here for the attachment, and then I'll show you the other box. So this is the box for the original tool, and here it is, and you can see it actually has my barrels in it. So it's not on the fancy side whatsoever, so you will need to buy extra storage if you like to store it in something other than the box. I still have my boxes because I tend to keep my boxes. So those are the pros and the cons of the two tools based on my experience and from my perspective. Let's shift gears now to actually round it out with my overall recommendation. Let's start with the Dyson Airwrap. I would say if you want a tool that you can use on both dry and damp hair, something like the Dyson Airwrap would be more ideal for you. If you're someone who's happy and able to style your hair on a daily, if not every other day basis, the Dyson Airwrap will be just fine for you because you're not likely to be able to get your hair to stay, your curls to stay without using a ton of hair product. So if you're washing and styling your hair already on a daily basis, and I know there are people who that's their situation, it's not mine, but this will be just fine for you. The other thing is that if you are the type of person who really likes that blowout look, the Dyson Airwrap might be really nice for you, especially with the volumizing attachment that I showed you earlier. But again, you can get that look with something way less expensive, to be honest. And then lastly, and I fall into this category, if you are a Dyson product lover, then you are probably going to say, you know what, Mercedes, I love it. I got the coin for it. I want to pick it up. By all means, knock yourself out, go pick it up. I have it and I don't regret it. I'm just saying that I get better curls using my T3. So I thought I might present a cheaper alternative to folks who are looking for something that's similar-ish and that is actually a little easier to use and that the curls will stay for longer. So those are the folks who I feel like if you fall into those camps, probably you'll be okay with picking up the Dyson Airwrap. Let's shift gears now and talk about the T3. The T3 is probably for folks who don't need to have a hair tool that they can use on damp hair. They're likely going to dry their hair fully with a blow dryer, like in my case, in which case you are just fine with picking this up. The other type of person who might like this is if you have coily or really curly hair, because I noted this earlier that you have to go through a lot more steps, in my opinion and experience, with my natural hair and with my extensions to really prep your hair and prime it to use the Dyson Airwrap to achieve the types of curls you want. But if you're someone who has hair that's more on the coily or really deep curly side, you might just find that by blow drying your hair flat, like however you get your hair prepped, because this has a more traditional ceramic heating element and it gets hot enough, you are probably going to have a better experience with the T3 tools, either with this attachment or with the other barrel attachment. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You're probably gonna be able to achieve the type of curls that you would prefer. This also would be more ideal for folks who want to spend less money. Again, this is double the price of this one. So if you're looking to save a little money and still get a high quality hair tool, you'll probably be interested in the T3 over the Dyson Airwrap. And this could be ideal for people who want to pick this up initially with the attachments that come with it, and they want the option of buying and adding attachments down the road. That's a really nice pro of the T3 tool. So if you fall into any of those categories and others, it's not an exhaustive list by any means, you would probably be okay picking this up. So to round this out, I use this tool way more often than I use this tool to accomplish curls. In fact, the hair that you're looking at right now is definitely on the flatter side. I've had these curls in using the T3 tool for over a week. There is no way I would even still have this volume in my curls if I were to have curled it about a week ago with the Dyson Airwrap. This tool is more ideal for me because I do not have time in my schedule daily to curl my hair. I also don't wash my hair daily. So because of that, I go to this tool more often. It's cheaper, it's a good alternative, and so I would say if you are interested in the Dyson Airwrap predominantly for the purpose of curling your hair, consider picking up the T3 hair tool instead and save yourself a little coin. That's my opinion. It might be unpopular, but it's my opinion nonetheless. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. I do truly appreciate you watching the video. I hope you got something out of it. Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm crazy, then tell me that in the comments. If you have questions for me, if you are picking up what I'm putting down, leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you in the comment section. If you like this video, smash the like button so I know to keep making these videos. And if you are not already a part of the family, you've not subscribed, and you like my content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my weekly uploads. And until next time.